Hello everyone, it's Curtis here at the Bankruptcy Information Center and FreshStartNow.net. Today's topic I want to talk about is the Reaffirmation Agreement and the number one question that we get here in the office. And to give you guys some perspective, we take anywhere between 50 and 100 phone calls a day from customers that have gone through a bankruptcy that want to get their credit reestablished. And we give them some options as far as financing goes, when credit cards and auto loans and things of that nature. And specifically today, we're going to be talking about the auto loans and what do I do with my car after my bankruptcy. So we take these calls, we're taking credit applications on individuals like yourself that have gone through a bankruptcy that want to get their credit reestablished. So we'll go through the credit application process and we get to a spot in that application where we're going to ask you, do you have a trade-in? And if you've gone through a bankruptcy and you have a trade-in, then you probably carried your car loan through your bankruptcy. And a lot of times I get this statement from consumers like yourself. Well, I didn't include my car in my bankruptcy. Or I didn't include my house or my car in my bankruptcy. And I have to tell you guys, that is because you only go through bankruptcy once in your life as a consumer on average. It is easy to understand why you might think that that is a correct statement, right? But I deal with it 50 to 100 times a day for the last 27 years. So I know when you make the statement that you didn't include your car in your bankruptcy, I know what you mean. And that means you kept your car, you're making your payments, you think you didn't file bankruptcy on it, but you did, right? It is illegal to not report debt when you file bankruptcy, right? That's bankruptcy fraud. You didn't do that. We know that. But it can be a little confusing. So in your mind, you didn't include it because you kept it. It's in your driveway. Your bankruptcy's been discharged for 2 months now and you still have your car, right? But I will tell you, you filed bankruptcy on your car, you did include it. Now, what is the question? The real question is, did you sign a reaffirmation agreement or not, right? We need to get to the nitty-gritty of the situation. First and foremost, please understand the day you file bankruptcy is the last day your car loan will ever report to any of the bureaus. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your mind for this conversation. And now let's get to the point where I'm going to show you in real life. Today, this customer called in and signed this reaffirmation agreement. This is an official document. I've obviously blocked out all the private information. This is a reaffirmation agreement. This reaffirmation agreement is on a vehicle. So the person went through the bankruptcy. They told the judge, they told the attorney, hey, I want to keep my car. In this scenario, it is a 2022 Ford Explorer. That's the car they kept through. They signed a reaffirmation agreement. Basically, you are reaffirming the debt. You filed bankruptcy on your car, but you want to keep your car out of the bankruptcy, so you sign a new contract. Folks, this reaffirmation agreement is the grossest one I've seen in 27 years. I'm going to read this to you. This you want to pay attention to. So this is a contract for a car, right? The judge supplies this. The court supplies this new contract. This contract supersedes the original contract that the customer signed with the lender back when they bought the car. It replaces it. So this particular individual reaffirmed a 2022 Ford Explorer. The balance that they reaffirmed is $57,000. I'm just going to call it $58,000. $57,998. $58,000 is the loan on the Explorer. Interest rate 11.8%. I mean, that's not so bad after bankruptcy. Actually, that's kind of good. But it's a 2022 Ford Explorer. They owe $58,000. It says right on the document, right here, okay, it's backwards, I know. You can pause it. That is the amount that they financed. Right below it, the court tells you what the value of the vehicle is. How much you owe, value. How much you owe, value. Okay? The value, $24,775. Jesus H. Christ. This person signed this document with $35,000 in negative equity. They are upside down today as the day they signed this, $30-some thousand, and they locked it in. They cannot get out of this car now, right? You sign it, 60 days later, it's good. You own this vehicle. Now, in this scenario, this was so bad, so egregious, that I had to come on and talk about it, right? Now, hindsight's 2020. You can't do anything about this. I can't help this person. Nobody can help this person. This person is going to pay on this vehicle at the rate of $1,205.80 a month until it's paid off. They've got 72 more payments at $1,200 a month. They're going to own this vehicle until the very last payment is made. Hopefully they can afford it. But I want to run you through a scenario. So first and foremost, the negative issue. This car loan is never going to report to the Bureau again. Okay? Even though you signed the agreement, it's not going to report. 99.9% of the time, they do not report. If you don't sign it, that's a good thing if you don't sign it, but it also isn't going to report. We're going to go into that right now. So let me run through this scenario with you, okay? Joe Schmo signed this agreement. Everything's okay. He can make this $1,200 payment. Not a problem for him. Maybe he makes a lot of money, okay? I'm not sure. So Joe Schmo's making his payment $1,200 a month. Life goes on. A year from now, Joe gets sick. Joe uses up all his family leave, paydays, he uses up all his sick days. Joe can't make his car payments anymore. And Santander Bank comes and takes the car. They're going to take this 2022 Ford Explorer. They're going to take it to an auction. They're going to sell it to the highest bidder. So today it's worth $24,775, and a year from now it's probably worth 20 grand. So they're going to sell this vehicle for 20 grand, but Joe owes $57,000 on this vehicle. So because he signed it in, he locked it in, he owns the vehicle, he owes them $35,000 in the deficiency balance. He will get a collection, he will get a judgment, he will get a lien, they will take the money and they will garnish you. But if he wouldn't have signed this, then none of that would happen. So let's go through that scenario. So Joe keeps his vehicle. He keeps volunteering these $1,200 payments. Now, he doesn't sign the agreement, but Santander's not going to come take this car unless you don't make the payments. So if you keep making the payments, it's not necessary to sign this, right? Banks do not want to repossess cars. They just don't want to do it. It's the last thing in the world they want to do. It's extremely expensive. They don't want to do it. They always lose money. They just want you to make the payments. So if you were to go through this scenario and not sign the reaffirmation agreement, like a lot of you right now didn't sign this. I know that because statistically, only 1% of people do. So it's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? Because if you don't sign it, you don't lock it in, you have options. What are your options? Your options are call us, because we have a network of affiliate dealers that will get you out of the vehicle you have and get you into one that will start reporting on your bureau. This vehicle that you have all the negative equity in, that you chose not to sign the reaffirmation agreement, well, if that vehicle goes back to the bank, it's protected. You filed bankruptcy on your car. You're protected from them, okay? So you can choose to keep that vehicle or give it back and have one that shows up on your bureau. So just keep that in mind. This was such a horrible situation. I had to get on here and I had to talk about it. But what I want you to do is give us a call. You can apply online at www.freshstartnow.net. You can call us at 866-897-8706. We'll be happy to talk to this. I'll talk to anyone about your situation. Please understand, I'm not an attorney. We don't provide legal advice at all whatsoever. It is always best if you call your attorney. They hopefully will tell you exactly what we're telling you. But we do have the resources to be able to get you out of that immediately and get you into something that will report to the bureaus. And I'll be happy to do it. So give us a call. Give us a follow on Facebook at the Bankruptcy Information Reestablishment Center. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Life After Bankruptcy with Curtis. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you learned something.